Okay, so this video is going to be on closing, how to properly close your prospects. And it's very, very simple, the psychology behind it. And really, the biggest thing is don't focus so much on tactics, but rather excitement, confidence, and conviction, because enthusiasm is contagious. It is the most contagious emotion. And when people see that you are so excited and passionate about where you're headed, they're actually afraid not to follow you. So just remember not to get so caught up in the words and just be fired up and excited. And I can speak from personal experience that that's actually, it was a weakness of mine in the beginning, because that's totally opposite my personality type. I'm one to always internalize things. Even if I'm excited on the inside, my face doesn't show it. And so it's something that I've had to be very conscious and very aware about. But if you're just excited, again, that's the most important part about closing. But I am going to go over a general series of questions that I personally ask, and I actually used it every single time without fail. Maybe sometimes a prospect will ask a couple questions, I'll answer it real quick, and I'll go back to the series. So this is going to be on page 34 of your playbook. It says closing. And so after the presentation's over, a lot of new people, they feel uncomfortable and squeamish, and they're afraid. Why? Because you're thinking about you. And my mentor said, Sarah, that's selfish if you're afraid what they're going to think of you. And I was like, whoa, kind of harsh. But then you have to think about it. It's true. If you're excited about genuinely how Kyani can help your friends and family and the people you care about most, you're not even worried about what they think of you. You're just excited to hear how this is going to help them and how this is going to help their families. And if you shift that mindset, then your energy won't be so nervous, because if you're nervous about this business, they're going to be like, should I even do this? Because you seem like you lack confidence. And again, people follow strength. So afterwards, just a few key questions you can ask. The first one, I always say, okay, so did it make sense? And so, or exciting, right? So after the presentation's over, whether it's at a DFY, like a hotel event, or a PBR, or a webinar, or whatever, then you just turn to them and say, exciting, right? Did it make sense? And you just want to nod with them. And they just say, yeah, it made sense. So whatever you ask, it has to be a yes question, meaning your only objective in the first question is just to get a yes. Cool, so exciting, right? And they say, yeah. Or if they say, did it make sense? Or sometimes they say, so did this give you a better idea of what we're working on? Just to keep it super simple, I just say, did it make sense? And say, yes. And I say, well, what did you like best? And here's the big part that separates the amateurs from the professionals. So amateurs will cut them off and fill the silence, when really you have to understand the first person to speak here loses, okay? Treat it like a game, because the silence kills new people. Like, they cannot stand it, they feel awkward, they get scared, but really that time is just, they're processing it. They just saw a lot of information. And so you want to let them process, think about it, and then they'll say, well, I really like the product. And you could say, tell me more about that, or what did you like about the product? And they said, well, I like that it was organic, or I like that it was natural, I like that it's helping people, and I also know some people that this could help. And you're okay, cool, what else did you like? So that's another follow-up question, or just get specific with them. But you don't have to spend too much time here. What you want to spend your time with is, so how would this benefit you? If they're again leaning on the product again, well, my parents actually deal with this and that, and I'm also dealing with this. Listen with a genuine interest, because closing, they should be doing 90% of the talking. If you are reselling, like representing the presentation they just saw, you're going to give them more reasons not to do the business because you just talked them out of it. You were just asking a few key questions, which is this list we're going over now, and you're letting them answer. So did it make sense? What did you like best? What else? Okay, well, how would this benefit you? And here it even says in parentheses, it says get specific. Because if they say, oh, the extra income, some people just like move on. They're like, okay, cool, so you see an opportunity for yourself. I say, like, okay, well, what would you use the extra income for? And sometimes they'll say, well, I have a lot of debt, and I'm just like, oh man, is that student debt from like loans, from college and things like that? Sometimes it is, or sometimes they're like, yeah, well, my parents, they are traditional business owners, and they actually have incurred a tremendous amount of debt. I'd love to help them pay it off. So now you're getting something that's deeper rooted. And the reason why I'd like to get specific here is because this right here is their why. They may not even know it yet, but the how would this benefit you is your point of leverage in the close for all objections that may come up. And we're going to talk about that in a separate video, but if they say, I don't have the money, I don't have the time, blah, 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 whatever the reason is not to do it, then you can just say, hey, you said that you wanted to retire your parents, right, because they have all that debt? I mean, were you serious about that, or were you just messing around? And they're like, no, I was serious. Okay, well, and then, of course, we'll talk about that in a different video, but really, you just want to see if they're actually serious about it, and the more you can help them envision Kyani in their lives and how it can benefit them, that is when you're doing a good job closing, is by getting them basically to sell themselves on this opportunity. You don't want to be pushing something on them, because if someone had pushed like the car program on me, I'm not a car enthusiast at all. I have an Audi, so does my sister now, and it's nice for sure, but like we want to retire our parents. So if someone had taken the time to ask us how this would benefit us, they would find that we're very family oriented, we're very close to their parents, and that's actually why we're doing this business. If someone's like, "Oh, Sarah, but don't you want a car?" I'd be like, not really. And so, again, closing is a big part of, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care, and you show that you care by asking questions and listening. So how would this benefit you? And if they say debt, then I like to stretch their thinking a little bit after that, and I say, okay, well, let's say all your debt was paid off. What after that? And they're like, oh man. And sometimes they haven't even thought about it because they never even thought it was possible. So then sometimes they say, okay, well, I would love to travel. Our family hasn't taken a vacation in 5 years. And I'm like, holy smokes. Well, where would you like to go? And they're like, well, I would love to take the kids to Disney World. We've never been there before. So what are they doing? They're starting to see what Kyani would allow them in their life, okay? So the next question is, so do you see an opportunity for yourself? So that's the key question. If you forget everything else, what did you like best? Just say, what did you like best? And so do you see an opportunity for yourself, okay? And so here, the number one reason why, or I don't know if it's the number one, it's one of the top, but it came from Matt Morris. He's a topper in the industry. He said one of the top reasons why people don't get started is because they were never asked. Some people are scared to ask the closing question. So do you or do you not, right? Well, you don't want to say do you not, but you say, so do you see an opportunity for yourself? And you just smile and wait, and you don't want to be scared again, and so you just say, do you see an opportunity for yourself? They'll say yes or maybe. If they say maybe, then you can just say, I mean, that's a yes, by the way, if they say maybe, because it's not a straight no. Then you can just say, okay, well, what reservations are you having, or what's holding you back from getting started? And that way you can be very direct and see what the true fear is that's holding them back and address that. Now, if they're saying, yes, I do see an opportunity for myself, then you say, great, which package is better for you? The $5.99 or the $12.99? Or the premium pack or the business builder pack? And sometimes they'll be like, well, which one is it again? And I say, okay, well, what kind of phone do you have? And you walk them through downloading the app, and your site name is the referral code. Some people think the referral code is some sort of like number series or digits. It's just your site name, like the same site name that you send to customers. But you don't put .kyani.net, it's just your site name. So sometimes first name, last name, or whatever you chose. And then walk them through it. Okay, so go to guest area. Okay, do you see where it says referral code? Go ahead and type in, and you tell them your site name. Okay, this blue pen icon on the bottom left that says join the team, go ahead and hit that. It's just going to ask you for your basic info, like name, number, email. Type that in real quick. That way you're linked to your sponsor. Okay, now go ahead and click the US flag. Okay, do you see those packages? Okay, so this is the premium pack. You hit view details. This is everything that it comes with. The $5.99 pack, that's everything that this comes with. And I always tell people that are serious, who I can tell really want to do this and make this work, set themselves up for the best chance of success, do the premium pack 100%. And there are some people who get very technical about how it's like the better dollar value for the products and stuff like that. I really just focus on a couple things. One is first of all, I say anyone in my organizations who's done the $5.99 and could have done the $12.99, they always regret it because they run out of product so fast. So you use someone else's story saying they regretted it because they could have and should have done and wish they did. So, but more than anything, I just say, first of all, yes, it gives you twice as much product. And when you have a product that converts at 8 out of 10 people who try it want to buy it, then yeah, would you agree it makes sense to have the most on hand? They're like, yes. Okay, but more than anything, the duplication factor is really the biggest reason. By that I mean, whenever you start building your business, they're going to ask you, well, which package did you do? And you say, I did the premium pack. Then they're like, okay, so then I guess I'll do that one too. They're a lot more likely and more inclined to do the same one that you did, and they see your level of commitment. Wow, she came in at the premium pack. She's serious about this. And so when people are coming in at the premium pack, it actually comes with 750 in QV, or qualifying volume. And we get promoted on QV here, and so instead of 500 in volume, it's bringing in 750, which is 50% more volume. So imagine, as your organization is growing, it's actually going to compound and spike. So promotions start breaking much faster, and the SV, I don't get too technical, I just say the SV, it's triple the SV in the premium pack than it is the business builder pack. So basically your team is getting paid way more, and you want your team to be winning, right? And say, yeah. Okay, great. So I mean, does that make sense? And they're like, yes. Okay, cool. So which package do you want to do? And a lot of times they want to do the premium pack. If not, then they say, I really want to do the premium pack, but I could just afford the $5.99. And there's a couple situations, like if it means that they can get started today and they have the funds for $5.99. Let them do it. I still say, hey, look, that's a great package. I don't want you to feel like you're at a disadvantage. You're still eligible for the exact same comp plan. So $5.99 works best for you? And they say, yeah, okay, cool. So go ahead and hit enroll with this pack. Okay, so this is auto ship, and I just talk a little bit about that, and then I say fill out your info. Don't register as a business. This is going to be your social security, just so you're a home-based business owner now, so they need to attach it to an identity, all this stuff, and then I just, yeah, pretty much walk them through that enrollment process and congratulate them, just be excited, and that's how you do a close of the $12.99 package or the $5.99 package. So just again, did it make sense? You asked that yes question. What did you like best? Not what did you think? What did you think invites critical thinking, and people don't buy logically, they buy emotionally. So what did you like best? It gets them on a positive note. How would this benefit you? You're identifying their why and their hot button. You want to get specific. So do you see an opportunity for yourself? Yes? Okay, great. Which package works best for you? And then you answer the questions. Okay, what kind of phone do you have? And they say, I have an iPhone or I have a Samsung. Okay, great. Let's go ahead and take it out, download the app. It's called Team Fusion. Okay, did you find it? Yes, the one by Scott Bulch. So you walk them through it. Don't be afraid for silence. Well, first of all, music should be going at the same time. But even if it's not, they're thinking a lot. So just let them soak it all in, okay? I hope that this helped. If you become a confident closer, this business becomes so much fun because you already know exactly the process to go through. And in the next video, we're going to be talking about handling some basic objections. So I hope this helped, and we'll see you in the next training.